All right, close your eyes. Picture a lion in a Serengeti, grass field, wherever you picture it. There's no grill, there's no steak, there's no seasoning. It's just food, as is. And the next question, and that's the question that triggered today's video. Why do humans need to do so much to make meat work? And what does that say about protein? Now, a quick note before we even get started. You need to understand that this video is not medical advice. I'm not telling you to fast for 72 plus hours, and I'm not telling you to stop eating protein. I'm breaking down a popular argument that claims protein is a myth. And I'm going to show you what's useful, what's misleading, and what you can actually do about it today. So here's my claim. My claim is that protein exists, but the myth is that we need protein to get protein. So here's the idea. Our body doesn't need big protein. It needs amino acids. The amino acids are the building block, and plants give you those building blocks. So here are the actual facts. Your body uses amino acids to build and repair tissue. Dietary protein gets broken down into amino acids. These are small peptides. Then they get rebuilt into your human peptides. So yes, there's truth in you're not absorbing a steak as a steak. Your body is actually breaking it down and it rebuilds it. See, this is where things get messy because people jump around to all these different conclusions. And I have to be honest, you don't need protein, but you do need amino acids. And for most people, the easiest way to get that is to cut the middleman and get it straight from the source. Plant protein. Protein is rich in plants, a mix of plants or animal foods. Depending on your values, your goals, and your digestion, you really should consider cutting the middleman altogether. And for anyone that is lifting heavy weight, recovering, older adults, super busy professionals, under stress, you're going to need adequate protein for muscles, for feeling full, for recovery, and for your immune function. The real question is, are you getting high quality amino acids without wrecking your digestion? Are you getting real high quality amino acids without wrecking your digestion, your energy, or your lifestyle? Because this is where people get stuck. They either overdo protein powders or processed fitness food, or they get super plant-based and accidentally undereat protein. And you know, I have to talk about gorillas and elephants. These are huge, powerful, strong animals. They eat plants. And I get the point. Plants support strength. But here's the reality. Humans aren't gorillas. We do not eat the same volumes, and we don't have the same digestive anatomy, and we don't live in the same lifestyle. So the lesson isn't copy a gorilla. The lesson is plants can absolutely be a legitimate protein strategy if you do it with purpose. Here's a simple framework that one could use without getting into this diet war, because quite frankly, I'm tired of it. Pick your protein anchors each meal, okay? Since I'm the plant-based guy, I'm going to talk to you about all the plant-based ways that you can get your sources of protein. Beans, lentils, chickpeas, tofu, tempeh, edamame, seitan, if you're tolerant to gluten, Greek yogurt. Okay, there are many ways to get plant-powered protein. And that was step one. Step two is making sure that you add amino acid boosters. So these are things like quinoa, oats, nuts, seeds, hemp seeds, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, nutritional yeast. Okay, let's not make it complicated at all. Okay, these things that I just listed are going to complete the amino acid, whether you've had this, or this. Okay, and the last step is making sure that you are consistent. You're not shooting for perfection. If you lift heavy weights, you need to aim for consistent daily targets of protein that support your recovery. If you're not tracking, just make sure that you have protein 2 to 4 times a day, because I want to go back to what I said earlier. Our bodies make the protein. You are eating the food source so your body can make the protein. And if you want a ballpark for how much protein you should be getting within a day, let's think of this. Many active adults do well with roughly 20 to 40 grams per meal, depending on their body size, their energy levels, and the things that they're doing throughout the day. So hey, do you want the truth? The truth is, the biggest problem is not the protein. I'm gonna continue to fight this until I won't be able to fight it anymore. The biggest problem and the biggest enemy is the ultra processed foods. Protein bars, they're basically candy. These shakes have 40 plus ingredients in them. Fitness foods leave you bloated, foggy, still hungry. That's not infrastructure, that's not systems. That's marketing, and it has people hooked into thinking that they need this. Okay, but let's refer back to our animal brethren. Okay, they're not eating protein cookies, they're not eating protein shakes. So here's the move. Don't argue about which protein is the best. Let's not do it. The internet is just getting super weird. You need to build a system. Okay, this is what you're gonna do. Let's reiterate the system. You're gonna choose your protein anchors. You're going to make sure that every time you eat, you're going to have protein of sorts, preferably plant-based protein. You're gonna make it automatic. It's not a chore, it's a lifestyle, okay? If you are eating the rainbow and if you're eating variety, there's no way that you won't be able to get all of your macronutrients and your micronutrients. Make sure that you track your energy, your digestion, your strength, your cravings. And how I'm going to encourage you to track it is start getting used to realizing what's going on. Did I do this today? Did I feel this way? Does my stomach feel this way after eating? Have I went to the bathroom? Things like that. Am I feeling hungry, or am I wanting to eat a snack because everybody else is doing it? Track these things in your head, and if you really want to get really locked into it, start writing this stuff down, because it will help you tremendously. So if you want a part 2, I want to actually break down fasting claims in the same kind of mode where we're just talking about it like this, just scraping the surface and just giving you the facts, not going into all the extra stuff. So if you found this useful, if it's helpful, make sure that you like the video and that you comment, hey, give us more. I can definitely do that. Hey, the goal is always the same. I want to empower you to live a quality life. So what are you waiting for? Go do it. I appreciate you for watching. Be well. Until next time.